Hi, it's Kyle T. Mosley of HBCU Legends on Sports Illustrated's Fan Nation. We have a good one here. We got Coach Johnnie Cole in the building. What's going on, Coach? How you doing?
What's going on, man? What's going on? Not a lot.
All right.
Just get after it and living every day,
Yeah, well, it's good to see you, man. Miss you in the press box over there at Texas Southern. But look, let's talk about what's going on with the program right now. Texas Southern, of course, announced a couple of weeks ago that Clarence McKinney is no longer with the program. His contract was not going to be renewed on December 15th. Also, Jace Wilson has become the 2023 SWAC newcomer of the year. And we got the 2021 SWAC newcomer of the year, Andrew Body, and the leader of the Texas Southern Tigers for the past couple of seasons, deciding to enter the NCAA transfer portal. And the Texas Southern athletic department has been blessed once again by having the salutatorian as well as the valedictorian of the school for the December commencement cycle. So there's a lot that's going on, some positive things for the programs over at Texas Southern. But, Coach, you wanted to talk about the football team because you led this team to a successful record, a championship as well. And the state of what's happening in college football, especially black college football, you feel as though you're still a great candidate that people should at least approach and have a conversation with. Talk to us about that. How do you check the boxes?
Well, one thing, especially at Texas Southern, being a player there, played football there, basketball, and, won MVP award and Scholastic Athlete of the Year, President's Award, National Alumni Award winner. I love the university. I chose the university coming from Ohio. So, went through a lot of things while I was there as a player, you know what I'm saying? And some of the old players would probably laugh, when we get to sometime get a chance to talk and share stories. And, I have the ingredient. I have the know-how to do it. And being the only one doing it in 80 years of football, winning the only championship there and doing it within 3 years and, had another winning season, 2 winning seasons back to back. My pedigree, from where I'm from, before I even knew football, but my name, I had a football in my hand. So,
Gotcha.
I think I could check all the boxes. I've worked on every level, and coached on every level, there is in the game.
Yeah. I mean, you've been a success as an offensive coordinator, assistant head coach as well. The culture, how to be able to approach these young guys, to be able to build a program, recruit a program. And not only that, what's missing these days is somebody who can be able to get the money coming in. And you were successful at doing that with in your tenure at Texas Southern. Talk about that aspect.
We had several fundraisers. I've done a golf tournament. I've done a Hall of Fame deal there. I've actually joined the Baptist Church committee and had an opportunity to stand up in the church where alumni from both PV and Texas Southern went to, and asked them for donations and things where I had a guy that had won the lottery and donated me about $30,000. I had guys on my staff, because it's important not only just the head coach, but that he brings a good staff with him. And I had a guy on my staff where a guy donated us $30,000, a year, to help build a program. And I galvanized alumni, from being there from 1980 to the present, as well as coach there. I've coached a lot of kids, and I shouldn't call them kids, I should players that now are in their 40s and 50s that are in places, financial places where they want to give back. So I kept, that was one of my biggest pluses of not only just winning on the field, but I won off the field as well. Great.
Talk to me about this, because I've been having this running debate with guys in the HBCU land, and I think Texas Southern is one of the better spots for any coach to land. take yourself out of the equation as a head coach, but when you look at it from, let's say, the media point of view, because you do help out in that aspect, what makes this program as well as that position so attractive?
Well, one of the things that people fail to realize that Texas Southern always had great players. You know what I mean? From 100 square around the school, you got over 100 high schools, and that's not counting San Antonio and Dallas and East Texas. So getting football players ain't the issue. The issue is do you want to be there? Do you want to roll your sleeves up and get dirty and then grimy in there and be able to coach in HBCU period, not just in Texas Southern. It's 4 million people in Texas Southern. As a player, I remember walking back from the Robinson Stadium and we don't got beat by a team that I know or feel that we should have either played better or beat, that all we asking for is 1%. 1% of 4 million is 40,000 a week games, or even let's go half to be able to get people out. But you got to be able to win. You got to be able to get out of third ward and get out and sell the program, but you got to have some skin in the game and be able to understand why and what Texas Southern is needing. And I got that ingredient.
Gotcha. Talk about this. You have Hugh Jackson. He just recently lost his position over at Grambling. Eric Dooley, 2-time SWAC championship head coach, putting his team in position to be able to go against Jackson State at that time. To lose those caliber of head coaches, do you believe that athletic departments, alumni are giving these head coaches the fair opportunity to develop programs?
I didn't go. I went on Southern side. I thought Dooley. I think any coach should get 3 years in an option. Now, at the end of 3 years, that means your freshmen are now juniors. You know what I mean? And whatever you develop, and look at the program both academically, socially, and on the field. Are we playing teams close? You can't still be 0-10 and 3-8 in year 3. That means now your program ain't going in the right direction. You know what I mean? Let's say you're losing some close games, but still we're not 3-8. Let's say we're 5-6, 4-7 at the worst. You know what I'm saying? And you got to see that. Are the kids getting in trouble on campus? Does the head coach have a whole other team? So you look, I think all that is a part of developing a team. Hugh Jackson was just 2 years at Grambling, And the thing about it is, we're going outside of the conference. We're going outside of black college football, where you got some guys that really have paid their dues to get these opportunities to. We're unfortunate for Hugh Jackson and Dooley, they had always already been in winning, or not, I should say winning, in head coaches positions. But of course, Hugh, if you look at Hugh, and I hate to say it, he hadn't won nowhere he's been. He's played some good, and ain't no question he knows football. Ain't no question. But does Hugh Jackson really want to come into Grambling, down in Grambling, Louisiana, and be the head coach there and be able to win?
Well, from an interview he conducted right after the dismissal, some enlightening things came out as far as, and this is a common theme that I'm starting to hear from guys who left programs. Now, Eric Dooley hasn't officially gone on record to say anything, but I did hear this from Coach Wilcher, who lost his position over at Morehouse after one season, is that there's been a lack of resources, right? There's been a lack of cooperation with administration, or from administration just giving the program support. All right. And I know in Morehouse's case, they didn't have quality strength programming coach. They didn't have a lot of things that most programs usually take for granted of, especially if you come from PWI. You expect to have assistants upon assistants, but he had to do it all. And where I'm coming from is this. Do you think it's time that the programs that are across the HBCU landscape, especially the more brand recognized ones like a Southern University, or Grambling State University, or Jackson State, or whomever, that they have a better resources and better infrastructure that's laid out for a head coach as well as a program to be successful?
Well, that's a twofold story. First and foremost, for guys who take these jobs at black college, that's black college. That's the coach before you didn't push for this, or the coach before this didn't push for this. And like you said, it's administrative. Are we making a commitment to having a football program? Do we have the funding to be on Division 1A? Or should we move our program to Division 2? Or should we move our division to NAIA? We got to make those hard choices. Do we want to have a good football team to be able to raise money? And so if we are, we got to make those commitments. For those guys who accepted the job, and I've read that of Hugh Jackson, and I know how he felt, but we can't we can't continue to go out and pull people in from these schools that have all these things in place and hire guys that don't understand the black college way. You know what I mean?
Well,
how
about this argument though, Coach? And a lot of people have said this as well to me, because hey, I'm black college. I come from parents black college. My grandmother was black college. I'm black college, Morehouse. So I know we have to do more than one thing to be able to get the job done. I understand that point. But how long will it keep on being the reason for us not to be able to progress further?
Well, you're really asking me to talk about the people who are making
okay.
the choice.
I don't want you to go there, because then you might get in trouble, man. So
but let me say this though. Let me say this. When I take over a head job, I look into that. I go up to the school. I look to see what they have issues. And when I take the job, I've talked with the president and tell him, this is what I need. At Lane College, 7 scholarships. I had 7 scholarships. The maximum was 36. But I said, Dr. McClure, what was his name? Bless his heart. I need to be able to go in the weight room and buy new sets of weights. Done. I need a camera to film practice. Done. I need a place on campus that when somebody hit the campus and say they need a football coach, this is where it's at and this is what it says. I don't think that these guys accepting these jobs know and understand that. You got to know and understand, I got to raise funding. I got to raise money for my program. And I tell you, Mosey, you don't believe me, I cut my own grass. I actually went out and bought seeds and laid the grass because I wanted to be there, because I wanted to be a head coach. I never wanted to be a head coach at a PWI. I want to be my own guy. So to be your own guy and you accept the job, where is that?
Yeah.
But it's sorry to say, that's how it is. That's HBCU football.
That's HBCU way, right? But you came across at the beginning, and when we were talking about raising money, very few guys in that, how do I say it? Very few guys want to have that limelight on them to be able to raise money. They're uncomfortable.
Right.
They're uncomfortable with that part of the position that I have to be there to market my program, speak for my program, be the face of my program, and be able to do it in such a way where I know every day I have to in some way get across to the people why you need to look at XYZ University in our football program, right? And I say this to say that because Coach Prime talked about how he laid out the blueprint. And I think some of the guys kind of missed this point. He laid out the blueprint of not how to win, but how to become a winner at these other aspects, like from social media, right?
Right.
From marketing your program well,
Right.
and being able to be the face of it,
Right.
And you used to do that for Texas Southern, and you were kind of avant-garde, so to speak. But also, people forget Eddie Robinson, Colleen Nichols, and
You talking about the old Eddie Robinson.
The old guys, they did it as well. John Merritt and those guys, they had to be on that. I remember it was the bus tour. Remember the SWAC bus tour? How they went around from cities to cities to talk to people.
I've been on that bus. I sat behind Eddie Robinson, Marino Cassim, W.C. Gordon, and I sit there and listen to all the jokes, all the things about SWAC football.
Yeah,
coaches was legendary. Archie Gunslinger Cooley with the hat. Coach Dorsey with the steel hat that he's going to work. You know what I mean? Eddie Robinson with the suit and talk and continue joke after joke. Marino Cassim would come right behind him. I've been there. I've seen it. John Merritt, when I was a young coach, we flew to Tennessee State when I played at Texas Southern. He's sitting on the sideline in a chair. So I seen the stories how they say they went to prison that morning and got prison just telling jokes, getting people interested in the program and being able to raise money. If a kid needed something back then, they could go get it. If the program needed something, they could go get it. That's where I learned it from. That's why when you talk about hard black college coaches, when they go in there, they know the job. But when you go outside, those guys think that these things are already in place, and they're not. You got to go all the way down to the trainer of this is how you approach the field. Don't come out looking like that. It's all the way down to the custodian. You might have to buy him a bottle of whiskey. You know what I mean? And say, look, hey, I need this place.
Okay, we need to bleep that one out now.
Okay, but you need to let the janitor know that, hey, this is how we need this place to look.
Yeah. Look, I understand. You get all layers got to be a part of the success of the program.
You got to be on point. I can really kind of say,
I understand.
I really kind of say that prime time must have stole my blueprint because I was the first one to bring in.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to get you to come out and say.
Yeah, I'm the one that he stole my blueprint. I'm the one that had all the transfers. I'm the one that played on television on Thursday, Friday. I told the commissioner, put me on television. I don't care if we play on Tuesday. It don't matter. So he kind of stole my blueprint of how to turn a program into a winning program and to be Showtime.
All right. Well, awesome. Last question. Let's talk about what's about to happen on Saturday. As a coach, as someone who understands what it means and how to be able to put a winning program and a championship program together, you have Willie Simmons and Coach Bubba McDowell. The Prairie View will take on the Rattlers in Tallahassee at Bragg Memorial Stadium, which is a feat within itself just to be able to go into that legendary stadium on Ken Riley Field to be able to win. Do you think the Panthers, if they control the tempo of this game and control how this game is going to be played, do they have a chance to be able to walk away with the SWAC championship?
Well, without a doubt, Coach Simmons is good on both sides of the ball. They got speed on the outside of the offense. They got a great quarterback. So you got to be able to control at least two phases of the game. That's either special teams defense or special team offense. But you got to be able to control, and special teams give you field positions. You know what I mean? Florida A&M have a hard time in long drives. I think you got to put pressure on the quarterback, Musa. He likes to get that ball out of his hand and be able to slow down the run game. They got some real speed on the outside. I think Prairie View has a chance because one thing about Coach Bubba McDowell, he likes to run the football. So if you like to run the football, you can control the clock, you can control the field position. You know what I mean? And you can continue to control the tempo of the game. So if you're making long drives, sometimes the best defense is having an offense that can keep that offense off the field. And that's by running the ball successfully and be good on first downs. If Prairie View is not good on first downs, it's going to be a long night.
Yeah. So I was talking to Wilton Jackson from Sports Illustrated, and we were discussing the game as well. And I talked about it. I said, well, if there's going to be some inclement weather through that game, the rushing game has to be a priority for Prairie View. They have three talented young running backs. And, Ahmed Antoine is their star guy, but Caleb Williams, he can bring that flash and punch to them as well. So the key always will be, and you're an old quarterback. If you go quarterback to quarterback, you got Musa versus Trezon Connolly. Who wins?
Well, I think it depends on the coaching staff. And if I had to choose, of course, I got to choose Willie Simmons. He's been a head coach longer. He's been in place. He does some great things offensively. But not only does Prairie View have to control the ball, they got to be better on run defense. If you look at the numbers, they have not been great on run defense. But then again, it might work in their favor because now they're getting put more in the box to stop Florida A&M's run game. But hopefully they sending people as well. I think they got to do a lot of blitzing, come with a lot of different looks and put pressure on Musa on passing downs.
And do some disguises as well.
Because they can run the ball too. Florida A&M got some tail running backs they can really.
Yeah, you got Jennings, you got Yant back there. Yeah, you got some big bruisers that can really knock things out. And you got the young kid he's from Texas, Missouri City. Who can really be lightning fast on you either from the backfield or in the receiving area as well. So they have an opportunity to score at will. Last time it was 45-7. This time I think it'll be a little bit closer. But if, like you say, if Panthers can't hold them and kind of control that tempo, it's going to be all day for the Rattlers, in my opinion. All right, Coach. Any last words, comments, criticisms? What's on your heart, on your mind before we get on off the line?
Well, of course, my heart goes to you for giving me an opportunity to represent myself. I think that I'm a guy that you got to get to know. I think I'm a hell of a person and a hell of a football coach. I love black college football. I've been black all my, not me personally, but black middle school, high school, college. I've always thought that black college football can be much, much, much better and much. We just got so many avenues, and we got our own flavor. I've had an opportunity to coach on the Division 1A level, NAI level. We got our own flavor. I hate that though the MEAC kind of let those guys go out. I really still think that we can put together a super conference and go get a super package, a package and sell that to whoever wants to pay us over $100 million to get it. Where we're showing our bowl games where there's 50 and 60,000 people watching us play. I still think that, and I still think that I got something to offer to black college football.
Yeah, yes, you do. Yeah, you sure do. Kudos to the Bayou Classic, 50th, over 63,000 in attendance. It was a very well attended game, but most of all, it was a thrilling game. And that's what you like to see in those type of events. I was there at the first Bayou Classic where Doug Williams kept throwing the ball down the field on bombs here and bombs there and made me cry at the tender age of 6 years old, man. Wow. So I was there in the stadium.
I've been to 11 of them and coached in 3. Yeah. So I know the pressure. that's on that game. And I'm bringing Terrence Graves on my show next Tuesday at 7 o'clock Arizona time and 8 o'clock Texas time. So people watching that. And, in my show, man, I can't say enough about my host, Rocky. And my show is about producing and uplifting Black college coaches and letting everybody know that we can coach on any level, not just in Black college. And I think what we go through as Black coaches at Black schools, when we get there, we've done so much with so little. Just think what we can do with a lot.
Yeah, and that's the concern from other people. So, all right, Coach, tell everybody how they could be able to find your program on the internet as well as if you're on social media.
You can go to YouTube and go to HBCU Coaches Corner with Rocky and myself. You can go to AJ, The Lunch Break on YouTube, Roku TV, JME channel. You can also go to Roku and go to BS3 TV. And also you can go to Johnnie Cole HBCU Stroll and pick it up. I'm on Monday, Tuesdays, Mondays and Fridays at 12 noon. And I'm on at 7 o'clock again, Western time or Pacific time, which is 8 o'clock Central time.
Awesome. That's the coach, Johnnie Cole, the legend himself. And Coach, good luck refereeing this weekend, but also good luck to your prospects down the future as well. I'm Kyle T. Mosley, HBCU Legends. You can check us out at HBCU Legends on Twitter, Facebook, as well as Instagram. And you can go to hbcu.media, and it will take you directly to our Sports Illustrated site.